I saw it on the Twitter homepage. John Boyega cast in the lead role of Pacific Rim 2, playing the son of Idris Elba's character. Oh, it's so perfect in every way. It's better than I dreamed it would be. No. Much like the first Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom is supremely stupid and ultimately just quite uninteresting all round. No! The nightmares. Will they ever stop? So many bad movies. But we still have hope. The MEG is on its way. Can it save the summer movie season? Nope. I shit you not, The Meg was one of my most anticipated movies of the summer because for some reason I love B-movie schlock. I had unreasonably high expectations for this movie and so naturally it could never live up to them. But that being said, I do think that The Meg is better than it had any right to be. There are some fun characters, a few good jokes here and there, and the action is solid throughout. In fact, I would say that the main issue with The Meg is just how competent it is. It's too good to be classed as a true B-movie, but it's nowhere near good enough to be thought of as a genuinely great blockbuster. Therefore, it falls into this mediocre middle ground where it lacks a strong identity. Still though, if you don't take stupid shark movies as seriously as I do, then there is a lot of entertainment to be had from The Meg, and for that reason, I give it a lukewarm recommendation. But alas, it will not be 2018's answer to Valerian as I had hoped that it would be. Welcome back to Movies and Cool Stuff, where the uploads are few and far between. That's my unique selling point. I haven't talked about movies on this YouTube channel for about 10 months, so it's time to catch up on all the wild things that have happened in that time. This year has been a hellish wasteland for sequels to films that I liked. First up, we had The Cloverfield Paradox. I was a huge fan of 10 Cloverfield Lane, and I've been excited for this movie since it was first announced back when it was called The God Particle, which is a much cooler title, just FYI. Anyway, it turned out to be dog shit. The characters sucked, the plot made almost no sense whatsoever, and I really feel like it's killed any enthusiasm that I once had for this series, which is quite upsetting. Shortly after, we had Pacific Rim Uprising, and this one really hurt. Pacific Rim was one of my favourite movies of 2013. I made a review of it back in the day, which is quite possibly the most positive video I have ever made. I also made a reaction video when the sequel was first announced, which is a bit cringy, but all totally genuine. And then I saw the movie and it was one of the worst films I've ever seen. The script is genuinely painful, every scene has about 1 million jokes, but none of them are funny. I hate the action in this movie, the Jaegers no longer have any weight to them, they just flip around like Transformers and it's really boring to watch. And the characters in this movie are really terrible. The characters in the first Pacific Rim weren't great, but in comparison to the characters in Uprising, they are nuanced and sophisticated studies into the human condition. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom also sucked, but I don't really mind too much to be honest with you because I didn't like the first one anyway. I am disappointed though that this movie made over $1 billion because I really feel like these movies have nothing to offer. They have no interesting characters. The only interesting idea in Fallen Kingdom is the way that it sets up the premise for the third film, which I admit is intriguing, but I feel like I won't be able to respect myself as a human being if I watch another Jurassic World movie. So I never got around to making a video about The Last Jedi, mainly because I was so exhausted by the internet's reaction to that movie. 8 months later, I feel the same way I feel when I first saw it. It's fine, I don't have any major problems with it. I get that the casino segment is a bit lame, some of the new characters leave a lot to be desired, but I really dislike the clickbait hyperbole going around saying that this is the worst film ever made, because that is just objectively not true. Have you seen Pacific Rim Uprising? 5 months later we had a very solo Star Wars story, which I don't have very much to say about because the film is essentially creatively bankrupt. It's not terrible, but I don't think there's a single interesting new idea to be found. It's about as generic a Han Solo origin story as you could possibly make. Would the Phil Lord and Chris Miller version have been better? It's impossible to say, but I think at the very least it would have been more interesting. Most of all, I find it funny, sad, that the Star Wars anthology movies were originally billed as spaces for visionary directors to try experimental new things with the Star Wars franchise, and so far the directors have been removed from both films. Gareth Edwards wasn't publicly humiliated in the same way that Lord and Miller were, but it is widely accepted that Rogue One was taken out of his control at a certain point in production. It was also announced that Princess Leia would be appearing in Episode 9 through the use of archival footage, and I don't have any opinion on that because it's not really my place to have an opinion on that. As long as Carrie Fisher's family and friends are happy for Disney to do that, then that's fine, and I'm under the impression that they are. Marvel released 3 movies in the space of 8 months, and they were all okay. I'm not gonna lie to you, when I first made this YouTube channel, I was a Marvel nutcase. I lived and breathed that shit. And although I am still a fan, I do find it hard to get excited about Marvel in the same way. Perhaps that's because I'm not 15 years old anymore. Still though, I really liked Black Panther. I thought it looked beautiful, it was very well acted and compelling. Infinity War was fine. Arguably it was never gonna live up to the gargantuan expectations I had set up for it over the last 6 years, but it was good, I enjoyed it. Ant-Man and the Wasp scraped a passing grade for me. It had some fun moments, but ultimately I place it on the same level as I place Thor: The Dark World. It was watchable, but I'm not going to rush out to see it again. James Gunn got fired from Guardians of the Galaxy 3, that really sucked. As much as I understand that the jokes he made were extremely distasteful, some of them were made over a decade ago, and I think it's very cynical to think that someone can't meaningfully better themselves in the space of 10 years. That's a long, long time. Anyway, I'm glad he's received some support from the community, and I really hope that he lands on his feet. Lightning round! What did you think of Deadpool 2? It was pretty good. What did you think of A Quiet Place? It was alright. What did you think of The Incredibles 2? It was shit. Don't fucking talk to me about The Incredibles 2! And so draws to a close this hastily thrown together video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to start making videos more regularly again, but I have been saying that for about 2 years and there's still been 6-month breaks in between each upload, so don't get your hopes up. That's my motto in life. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you like if you like, dislike if you dislike, etc, etc, etc.